Hi, boys and girls.
Kia says they're going to send me a 2023 Telluride loaded up with all the goodies. Base price starts around $37,000, so I suspect this one's going to cost a lot more. The X-Line all-wheel drive. So let's see what that includes. Got a whole list of stuff here. Ooh, 51 grand, huh? There's always going to be some options. They're going to charge us $210 for floor mats. Come on. What's next? Charge us for the air in the tires. And there's the total tab. Wow. Not safety rated yet. And it's made in Georgia. So if you like buying an American, here you go. And that 3.8 liter V6 engine, 291 horsepower, 18 to 24 mpg, with an average of 21. We'll take this out in the real world and see if these figures are accurate. So let's get started. We also did a video on the Kia Sportage Hybrid. We have a link for that video at the end of this video. And we also tested the Infiniti QX50 SUV. We'll have a link for that video coming up as well. So we're at our storage bin and test facility. Let's roll out this Kia and see what it looks like. Especially that paint color they charged extra for. So here we go. This always has been a pretty decent looking vehicle, regardless of the paint color. Your base Telluride comes with 18-inch wheels. Here we get the 20 inchers. I think these are pretty decent looking, in my humble opinion. One of the first things we do when we get a vehicle is take the headlights out in the dark and see how they perform. We did that already on a separate YouTube video, but if you didn't see that, you'll see it on part 3 of this video. And the second thing we do is check and see if there's a spare tire. There is, but it's not inside the cabin, it's underneath, just like a pickup truck. So if you get a flat, you gotta crawl under there and get dirty. This has 3-row seating, 2 in the front, 2 in the second row, and 3 little people or 3 dogs on the 3rd row. A nice storage bin back here. And the seats do fold down for storage or lean over if you want to make it easier to get in and out. And like most Kias, they use very, very nice leather. And the doors go all the way down to the bottom. That keeps the rocker panels clean, which in turn keeps your pants clean. Thank you very much. And grab handles. Attention to detail. A decent sized glove box. Even more room if you take out the owner's manual that you'll probably never read. These sun visors slide back and forth to keep the sun's rays off the side window. Some vehicles can't do that. Got nice suede trim. Could be fake suede, but it feels real, that's all that counts. Looks nice too. Very simple climate controls. Even a monkey could do it. Even a Biden could do it. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. I think it's funny anyway. The info screen is large enough, has excellent quality. Let's see what these other buttons do. Oh, we got a fancy one here. Works for me. Air-conditioned seats or heated seats, push of a button. I like that. I don't want to fool around with an info screen to mess with controls like that. Simple knobs and buttons for me. Come on guys, do we need this fake wood? I think it's fake. Even if it's real, who needs wood in a car nowadays? What, in the 1970s? Well, it says real leather, nothing about being real wood. And when you're driving, there's a camera on the outside mirror, so you don't have to strain your neck to see what's on your side. Here's the left. And here's the right. Nice idea. And here we have the drive mode knob for Comfort, Sport, Smart, Eco, or Snow mode. Or if you're going off-road, you can lock the differential for better traction. This is all-wheel drive in this particular vehicle. And when you're doing that, the gauge cluster changes colors, get a little light show. More impressive when you see this at night, which we'll do later. Oh yes, I almost forgot. If you don't want to use the mirror to see what's in back of you, you have a nice camera with a wide view. Very sharp clarity too. This is on the deluxe models. So let's go out and do some driving. The power steering really doesn't have much feel, but it's an SUV, not a sports car. I don't think anyone will complain. It's responsive enough. As we do all of our videos, taking some mild speed humps at 15 to 20 miles per hour to see how the suspension performs on impact. Let's start with bump number 1. Reasonably smooth. Number 2. And the big nasty one. Yeah, it felt a little bit, but nothing to complain about. This V6 isn't the most powerful engine I've ever used, but it's more than adequate to pull this heavy vehicle. Nice brakes. Let's take the turning circle and see how this all-wheel drive sticks to the road. Bit of body lean. Not too bad. In city driving, I've been getting around 17 to 18 mpg, so we'll take this on a highway trip pretty soon and see what we can get. Oh, I've driven a lot of these, and 18 to 24 mpg seems to be the rule. I'm sure that's what it's going to be this time, but got to make sure. In this camera system we have in the rearview mirror, great to have on the highway. It's a very wide view. We're going to take a highway trip, see how this vehicle performs, and get some fuel economy numbers. This vehicle is reasonably comfortable at highway speeds. The wind noise is low. Driving position is very nice. The engine's pretty smooth. I do have one gripe though, and it's not only a complaint with the Telluride, but Korean cars in general, most Kias and Hyundais. That is, if you put the vehicle in sport mode, you lose your overdrive gears for some reason. I don't know why you would want to do that. In this case, around 75 miles per hour, I'd be doing 2,000 RPM in normal mode, but kicking the sport mode, I go up to 2,500 RPM, and that doesn't do much for fuel economy. I don't get it. If it's a sport mode, it's going to shift quick enough when you put your foot on the accelerator, so why cut out the overdrive? Do not get the logic. Fortunately, we have a smart mode where the computer puts the ideal shifting and other features the way it wants to, and so we get a bit of sport mode, but not enough to cut out the overdrive gears. For general driving, smart or comfort is your best bet. Sport mode is going to be better off in the city. Looks like we got another Chinese spy balloon overhead. Have to get my shotgun out of the trunk and shoot it down. At cruising 75 mile per hour speeds, it was getting around 24 miles to the gallon, but I have two things going against me. Number one, early Sunday morning traffic, too many road hogs. I do a lot of passing, put my foot on the accelerator. And number two, we have some high winds. So I know from experience driving these, we're going to be looking at maybe 21 to 22 mpg instead of 24 to 25. If we get a chance, we might do another highway trip if that's true. Yes, the wind and driving conditions dropped my miles per gallon down a bit. Maybe we'll get another chance to do another highway trip before this video is over. The mileage computer has been reset to 0. We're going to take another highway test. Less windy out tonight, so might get a better number. End of the trip. We got caught in the 5 o'clock rush, so let's get out of this mess, pull over and see what the fuel economy number is for this trip. Okay, our trip last night, 23.5 mpg, that's more like it. Man, I just cleaned this. It's windy and dusty out this week. What happens when you live in the desert? So what's my take on this Kia Telluride after a week of driving? Well, what can I tell you? They really went all out when they designed this. Great attention to detail. It's been a very, very successful design and sales. So, highly recommended. Well, traditionally, many Korean cars like Korea have been subject to many discounts. Finding one of these at a discount just isn't going to happen anytime soon. Now, if you didn't see the headlight video on night drive we did on YouTube, we're attaching it here for part 3 of this video. So here we go. Alright, it's dark enough. Let's see how these lights work. And here we got the rear. Big enough and bright enough. Emergency lights, definitely bright enough. Have it on the outside mirror and the front. And definitely brighter with the headlights off, that's for sure. And definitely easy to see here. But the transmission reverse, and this is what we see. All of the buttons and switches light up pretty good. Nice gauge cluster. Eco, Comfort, Sport. Got a nice light show going here. And as I've stated in my other videos, I don't care for auto-dimming mirrors unless there's a disconnect switch. I can't find one, but you do have an option. A rear camera. It provides a very nice screen on the rear view mirror. We'll be looking at this a little bit later in the video. Headlights. We have the low beams on a wall, 33 yards away, 100 feet, very bright, just above the bushes. Not much above though. Go to high beam, very strong in the middle. And the heads-up display, which I haven't turned off yet. We will eventually. And I do like this rear camera. Gives a wide view of traffic on back and both sides. So let's take this out on the freeway. Looks pretty good thus far. Low beam, high beam. If you do a lot of driving at night or backcountry roads, these are pretty good headlights on high beam setting anyway. Definitely reaches out a long distance, certainly in the center. Even though I like this rear view camera, you got to keep the lens very clean very often. If you don't, it gets blurry real quick. So keep that Windex and rag handy. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Well, right now I'm going to have to go back to the old-fashioned mirror until we get the lens cleaned. And for our dark, dingy street test, definitely lights up pretty good, so you don't run over all the cats and dogs and winos roaming around here at this hour. Overall, I would say the Kia Telluride headlights passed the test in my book.